Nikola Tesla, the bizarre genius and his crazy dreams. The ability to imagine and visualize detailed inventions in the mind. Dreams and visions that Tesla believed came from a higher intelligence. Nikola Tesla stands as one of the most remarkable inventors and visionaries in human history, a man whose name has become nearly synonymous with genius, eccentricity, and an unquenchable thirst for discovery. Born in 1856 in Smiljan, in what is now Croatia, Tesla was gifted not only with extraordinary intellect, but also with a mind that saw the world through a lens of dazzling possibility. Unlike his contemporaries, Tesla seemed to operate on a different mental plane, a realm where invention and imagination intertwined seamlessly, where the boundary between dream and reality was often blurred. From his earliest days, Tesla displayed signs that his mind functioned in ways that defied normal explanation. As a child, he was beset by strange visions and overwhelming flashes of light that would sometimes momentarily blind him. While these episodes were likely symptoms of a neurological phenomenon known as synesthesia, Tesla interpreted them as communications from another realm, a higher intelligence sending him ideas and inspiration. The line dividing his dreams from his waking hours was easily crossed, for in Nikola Tesla's world, reality was simply a canvas for the extraordinary. Tesla's legendary ability to visualize his inventions with astonishing clarity became the linchpin of his creative process. Unlike most inventors who laboriously sketched, modeled, and tested their ideas step by step, Tesla relied on what he called visual thinking. In his mind's eye, he could construct highly detailed machines, envisioning not just their outward form, but every intricate gear, coil, and screw. He would mentally assemble, disassemble, and refine his inventions, running them in his imagination like perfectly functioning blueprints. Only when his visions had been thoroughly tested and perfected in his mind would he commit them to paper, knowing that every detail would be accurate. This extraordinary facility made Tesla unique among the great minds of his era. He could perform complex mathematical calculations mentally. He saw machinery in operation, systems in balance, and forces interacting, all in his head, where the imagined was as tangible as the real. His contemporary Thomas Edison famously subscribed to the philosophy that invention is 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration, believing in relentless trial and error. Tesla, by contrast, reversed this paradigm. His inventions were conjured, shaped, and polished in the ethereal theater of his thoughts long before they emerged in the physical world. But what fueled this relentless mental energy? For Tesla, it was often his dreams, strange, vivid, and profound dreams that seemed to bubble forth from unknown reservoirs of the mind. He believed that his brain was capable of tuning into frequencies that others could not sense, reaching out across the vast space of consciousness to snatch ideas as they moved through the ether. Tesla wrote that sometimes, when he closed his eyes, he didn't see darkness, but instead an abyss of light. In these moments of striking clarity, he would receive images, diagrams, entire blueprints for machines that the world had never seen. This ethereal inspiration was so intense that at times Tesla believed he was merely a conduit channeling the work of a higher intelligence. Indeed, throughout his life, Tesla referred to his inventions as revelations. He described the idea for the rotating magnetic field, a breakthrough that would form the basis for the alternating current electric motor, as arriving in a flash while he was strolling in a park in Budapest. Instead of laboring for years to develop the concept, he saw it whole and complete, as if beamed to him from some mysterious source. He shared similar stories about other inventions, often attributing their sudden and complete realization to forces beyond human understanding. Tesla's sense of connection to the mysterious and the sublime led him to explore the boundaries of what is possible. He believed, for example, that the Earth itself could be harnessed as an immense energy source, allowing the wireless transmission of power to any point on the globe. This dream, which he attempted to realize through his ambitious construction of the Wardenclyffe Tower on Long Island, has become the stuff of legend, a vision of a boundless, interconnected world fueled by free and inexhaustible energy accessible to all. Although the Wardenclyffe project ultimately failed due to lack of funding and skepticism from backers, the dream continues to inspire inventors and thinkers in the 21st century. Tesla's unique cognitive process was not without its challenges. He was plagued by insomnia and an almost pathological need for perfection. The same mind that crafted ingenious inventions also drifted into obsession and, at times, delusion. Tesla would work for days on end with little rest, driven by an internal urgency to capture and manifest the images that flooded his consciousness. He frequently spoke about how these visions seemed more real and pressing than the world around him, how he felt compelled to realize them, lest he lose their detail forever. Beyond the realm of practical invention, Tesla's visions often ventured into the fringe territory of science and mysticism. He saw patterns and communications in seemingly random phenomena, believing at times that he was in contact with otherworldly beings or intelligences from distant worlds. In 1899, while conducting experiments in Colorado Springs, Tesla began to detect what he described as structured and repeatable signals emanating from space, received by his highly sensitive radio equipment. Believing he might be picking up communications from extraterrestrial life, Tesla publicly speculated about life on Mars and the possibility of interplanetary contact. Although later analysis suggested the signals were more likely natural radio emissions, Tesla's willingness to entertain such radical possibilities highlights the expansiveness of his dreaming mind. His legacy is replete with tales that border on the fantastical. Tesla once envisioned a global world system for wireless communication, a prescient anticipation of modern telecommunications networks. He saw a future in which images, messages, and power itself could be transmitted around the world without wires, enabling instantaneous connection and dazzling technological advancement. He dreamed of harnessing the forces of nature, not only electricity, but also light, magnetism, and even weather, designing weather-controlled devices and earthquake machines based on fanciful yet meticulously thought-out principles. Yet, not all of Tesla's ideas would prove viable. Some remained tantalizingly out of reach, eternally imprisoned within the vast, echoing chambers of his imagination. Others, dismissed as impractical or eccentric in his own time, now form the backbone of modern technology. The alternating current system that he championed against Edison's direct current has become the standard for electrical power grids worldwide. His early work on wireless transmission provided the foundation for radio, radar, and even modern Wi-Fi. X-ray imaging, remote control, electric motors, Tesla's fingerprints are everywhere, his dreams translated into the fabric of daily life. It is easy, then, to romanticize Tesla as the archetypal mad scientist, perched on the brink between genius and madness. His personal habits fueled this perception. He was obsessive-compulsive, calculating the volume of his meals and insisting on exactly 18 serviettes for each meal. He claimed to sleep only 2 hours each night, though he would occasionally doze in short, restorative naps while still in the throes of imagination. Tesla was celibate, reportedly believing that sexual abstinence enhanced his mental powers, and his relationships were largely platonic, marked more by admiration for artistry and intellect than by conventional affection. Friendships with influential figures, such as Mark Twain, provided Tesla with rare moments of camaraderie amidst the solitude of his work. Twain himself, a man of deep curiosity and humor, recognized the singular brilliance that set Tesla apart from more pedestrian minds. Together, they experimented with Tesla's vibrating devices, laughed at the antics of high-voltage demonstrations, and discussed the future with a mutual sense of wonder. Yet even in the company of friends, Tesla often seemed alone, an exile from the ordinary, more at home in the world of ideas than in the realm of everyday life. Tesla's relationship with the world was thus an uneasy balance between public display and private vision. He was a consummate showman, staging dramatic lectures in which he conjured artificial lightning, illuminated light bulbs in his hands, and sent currents dancing invisibly through the air. Crowds would gasp in awe as Tesla performed what seemed like magic. But for him, the real magic was always what happened in the quiet hours, far from the glare of the public eye. That was when the dreams came, the dazzling, confounding, often inscrutable dreams, the visions that seemed not of this earth. He once confessed, "My brain is only a receiver. In the universe there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration. I have not penetrated into the secrets of this core, but I know that it exists. For Tesla, then, invention was less about solitary genius than about attunement. His role was to become sensitive enough, receptive enough, to translate these transmissions into working reality. The world, he believed, was suffused with energy and intelligence. It was humanity's task to learn how to listen. As Tesla's fortunes waxed and waned, his career marked by spectacular triumph, public disputes with rivals like Edison, and ultimate financial decline, he never relinquished his faith in the power of ideas. The later years of his life saw him living alone in a New York hotel room, his income dwindling, his reputation somewhat tarnished by unfulfilled promises and experiments that the world was not yet ready to understand. Yet, until the very end, Tesla continued to dream. Into his 80s, he filed patents for novel aircraft designs, new propulsion systems, and innovations for wireless energy, all brought forth from the vivid workshops of his inner mind. Tesla's visions were not always practical, nor were they always comprehensible to others. Some of his claims, such as having invented a death ray capable of annihilating enemy armies at a distance, remain shrouded in controversy and myth. The details of these more outlandish inventions were often lost or destroyed, fueling conspiracy theories and legends about hidden technologies suppressed by governments or rivals. In truth, some of these ideas may have never left the boundaries of Tesla's prodigious imagination. Yet, taken as a whole, Tesla's life reveals the extraordinary power, both creative and destructive, of dreams. His ability to visualize, imagine, and receive inspiration at a near superhuman level allowed him to reshape the course of technological history. At the same time, his insistence on listening to the whispers of his dreams often led him into isolation, misunderstanding, and even ridicule by a world ill-equipped to comprehend his particular genius. What, then, can be learned from Tesla's legacy of dreams and visions? First, the necessity of imagination. Progress is driven not only by calculation and experiment, but by audacity, the courage to think beyond the boundaries of accepted knowledge, to trust flashes of insight, even when they cannot immediately be justified. Tesla's mind was a bridge between worlds, weaving science and fantasy together into a fabric from which the future could be tailored. Second, Tesla's story is a testament to the mystery and unpredictability of genius. The very traits that set him apart, his sensitivity to inspiration, his single-minded devotion, his capacity for visionary thought, were at once his greatest gifts and his greatest burdens. Dreams are double-edged, capable of both illuminating the unknown and haunting the dreamer with unreachable possibilities. And finally, Tesla's life encourages us to value the dreamers among us. In a world that often prizes practicality, order, and conformity, it is the visionaries who dare to see what does not yet exist, who hold on to their dreams even in the face of failure or misunderstanding, who push the boundaries of what humanity believes to be possible. Nikola Tesla died alone in his room at the Hotel New Yorker in 1943, his work unfinished and his dreams perhaps undimmed. Yet the light he kindled in the world, born of strange dreams, visions from a higher intelligence, and an imagination unencumbered by conventional thought, continues to burn brightly. We live in the future he once saw in his mind's eye, surrounded by currents of energy he helped to release. And somewhere, perhaps, in the deep silence at the edge of consciousness, the echoes of his dreams still wait to be discovered by those willing to dream as boldly as he once did.